So have you come across an advert, a house advert, and after the entire tour, you love what you see, you like the spacing, you like the finishing, and then they come to the parts where they mention the price and they tell you that the house is 1 billion, and you're like, hey, Nigerians, they don't start again. Who are buying these houses? All right, so let's talk about the luxury houses, the properties of the 1% of the 1% in Lagos, and we now start to also analyze who are the people buying these luxury houses. Some people are even going to call them overpriced houses, but I'm not going to use the word overpriced. So who are the people buying these luxury houses? Because if it's overpriced, nobody will pay for it. So is anything will always seem overpriced to whoever that does not see the value for it. So there's something that you yourself are buying right now or you are using right now to someone else is overpriced. So all right, so in case you are coming across a video like this for the first time, this is Meet the Property channel, and this will discuss everything real estate for first time investors, avid investors. And today we'll be looking at who are buying the luxury houses in Lagos, who are buying the luxury houses in Abuja, the houses of 1 billion, 2 billion, 5 billion, 500 million. You know, who are the people buying these houses? Are they ghosts? All right, so after watching this particular episode, I also suggest you go to our different playlist. We have a playlist on Ekbe, Shortlets, Ibejuleki, Q&A session. We even have interview sessions where we have surveyors, lawyers, and different people come on the show. And I also advise you to go to that playlist too if you have not watched any of our interview session before. And we also have playlists on land documents, CFO, and so on. So we have several episodes under this playlist, and you are definitely going to learn a lot from that. So the houses, the luxury houses in Lagos, the luxury houses in Banana Island, in Eko Atlantic City, who are the people buying them? So before we start talking about the luxury houses, who are the people buying them, if you have not subscribed yet to our channel, this is your first video, this is your 10th video. You have been watching us on your Apple TV, on your Android phone, on your Apple phone, on your tab, and you are not subscribed yet, we really want you to subscribe. Just check us out on YouTube, Meet the Property Guy. Click the subscribe button. If you have subscribed already, turn on the notification button by clicking on the bell icon, so that as we are dropping this video, you get notified, and you can also join the conversation by dropping comments. All right, so now the locations where we have these luxury houses, particularly those ones in Lagos, Banana Island, Ikoyi, Victoria Island, Lekki Phase 1, Ikate too, Ikate, Osapa-London, particularly inside Pinnacle Beach Estates. I have so many luxury houses there, around like 500 million. You know, Kiss Daniel bought a house there. Pastor Ashimolo bought a house there, Pinnacle. Then Don Jazzy also bought a house inside Pinnacle Beach Estate too. So we have a lot of celebrities buying house there. So in Ikate we have Cowrie Creek, very very premium estate too. We have Lekki County to houses in Lekki County like around 300 million right now to 250 million. And Omole Magodo on the mainland, Ikeja GRA also terraces here like 200 million, 250 million. And you are going to see some houses in normally like 700 million, massive. So the same thing with Magodo Phase 2 also. All right, now so that's location, houses, prices for houses. You see like house of like 350, 500, 450, 1 billion, 2 billion, 3 billion. Don't mind me, I'm so used to mentioning big money, so it doesn't look big to me anymore. All right, so now why do people buy these houses, and who are the people buying these luxury houses? All right, so now the first thing is wealth and capital preservation. And for a lot of people that want to preserve their wealth, they want to preserve the money they have made, the best vehicle for them to preserve that money and to store that money is in real estate. You are going to hear last year when was it Fino bought like a whole estate in Mobile, like maybe 50 units or like 100 units of terraces. You just bought the whole estate. Sometime last year also, Osimhen also granted an interview, and they asked him about his investment, and he said he owns 2 estates. So real estate is like the best place where people preserve their wealth. you know. And recently, I was also watching a video of Israel Adesanya, and he was also talking about a property development that he was doing in New Zealand. I think like around 10 units of town of duplexes that he was also doing there. So when people that are like billionaires want to store their wealth, want to preserve their wealth, want to preserve their capital, they buy real estate. And if I have 1 billion, I'm not going to be looking at 1 million naira land or 2 million naira houses. I want a vehicle that is big enough to also like take that 1 billion out of my hands. So that's one of the reasons why a lot of people target these luxury houses. So they're looking at a house of like 500 million, 450 million, a penthouse of like 700 million, a townhouse of like 1 billion. So they can just dump it there. I use the word dump. So they're not really buying to stay. You know, they already have a house there. Maybe they stay in US, they stay in UK. Like, okay, I have these $1 million, and they just find a property to just dump it. So wealth capital preservation. So that's one of the reasons. And because real estate, particularly Lagos real estate, will definitely preserve your wealth. Osapa, just like 2 years ago, houses in Osapa was like 350 million, 300 million. Right now, those houses are like 600, 700 million. So it has preserved my wealth, you know. And Banana Island, some of the houses are like in Banana are like 1 billion, 1.2 billion before. Those same houses are like 3 billion right now, 2.5 billion. That's preserved my wealth. So that's also one of the reasons why these big guys always want to dump this money in real estate, because they know that real estate is always going to preserve it. So they're not buying to stay, basically. So all those things that you see in the tour, high ceiling shalandia, gym, blah blah blah, swimming pool, blah blah blah, they will not use it. So they're just using it to preserve their wealth. All right, now the second reason why people are buying these luxury houses is green living. People want green living. People want to live different from others. You know, we all know how Lagos is crowded, overpopulated, and so on and so forth. So people want to live in a place where everything is serene, everything is quiet. You know, they are close to nature. They have a beachfront, they have a waterfront, they have a golf course. You know, they have green spaces, they have a recreational area. So these are also one of the reasons. Premium living, basically. So green living is also one of the reasons why some of these luxury houses are like selling and people are buying. If you go to Lakwe Lakes and you spend 1 week there, you are not going to want to buy a house any place else in Lagos except Lakwe Lakes. So that's why a lot of people that have stayed there, either for short lets or rented a house there, they don't want to stay anywhere else in Lagos. You know, people will move from Ikoyi with a shopper just to go to Lakwe Lakes to play golf, and then move with shopper back again to Ikoyi. So green living is also one of the reasons that is also pushing a lot of people into luxury houses. So you see waterfront duplexes of like 2 billion, waterfront duplexes of like 300, 400 million. It's sort of because of the exclusive living, that green living that people want. Now, exclusivity, particularly we Nigerians, we like to buy things that other people cannot afford. So because of our ego, and because we want to brag about it, that I have a unit in Lakwe Lakes, I have a unit in Banana Island, I have a 4-bed mansionette in Ikoyi. You know, just because it's exclusive, not a lot of people can afford it. So to promote our personal reputation and our personal branding, a lot of people also buy these luxury houses. You know, the address enough is enough to open doors for them, that have a unit house here in this estate. Wow, are you sure? You know, you are talking to someone about a business, or like maybe a business of like $2 million, and you are telling that person that you own a house in Banana Island. The person will be willing to listen to you, like, because you know that Banana Island, just the land there alone is like 1 billion. So for you to own a house there, yeah, I'll be willing to listen to your offer. So because of that exclusive and that networking, a lot of people also are buying these luxury houses just to brag, the ego, the personal branding, and the personal reputation that comes with having a house in that estate, in that address, in that part of town. A lot of people are interested in buying these luxury houses too. All right, so the fourth reason why these luxury houses are selling and will still continue to sell regardless of our economy. No matter whatever happened to the economy, we are going to have the rich people, we are going to have the poor people. So out of the rich people, we are going to have the 1% of the 1%. And the 1% of the 1% will still continue to push this market. Because if you have like 200 million people in Nigeria and then we have like, let's say 10,000 people that are billionaires, definitely the population of billionaires that we have in Nigeria is more than that. But let's say we have 10,000 people that are billionaires. That means if I build a house of 1 billion, I have 10,000 people that can afford it. That's enough market for me. 10,000 people, that's enough market for me. You know, now imagine that I have a market of like 1 million. That's still a big market. So luxury houses will still sell. If you like, say that it's overpriced, it's overhyped, it's whatever. Whenever that you have $2 million too, you too will buy. So that's it. So the class of neighbors, you know, at some point in your life, you want to live with certain kind of people and certain class of people. So because of that, you also want to buy a property or buy a house in where this kind of people are buying a house. So I just mentioned Pinnacle Beach Estate some minute ago, and I talk about Kiss Daniel, talk about Don Jazzy, talk about Pastor Ashimolo, and there's still a lot of senators and a lot of celebrities that bought houses there, you know. So I will have interest to want to buy a house in that kind of setting too, because I believe that if this kind of person is staying here, then someone like me too, yeah, I will be willing to stay there. You know, if someone has spent like 30 years abroad and the person wants to stay in Nigeria and they choose the particular estate, if I spent 20 years abroad, I also want to choose that estate, because I feel like for that person to like that estate, definitely seems like that estate is the closest to the kind of things that we are used to abroad. So the class of neighbors. And when you look at some estates like Urban Prime, also by Landway, look at the kind of people that are staying there. You look at this estate also at LBS2, Metro Castle. You know, look at the kind of people that are staying there. And that's why some of these estates also are paying attention to the kind of people that are buying houses in their estates. And they are also interested in selling their properties to influencers. So that when these influencers do TikTok videos, do Instagram videos, do YouTube videos in that estate, is also going to promote their estates. One of the reasons why a lot of people like Amen, like the Amen brand, like the Amen estate, is because they have watched a lot of videos that Jennifer, that Funke Akindele have done, and she did it inside Amen estate. So class of neighbors, the class of neighbors that you want, the class of people that you want to stay with, is also one of the reasons that is also pushing some people to buy these luxury houses. All right, then luxury living, 1% of the 1%. So I've mentioned this before. We are always going to have billionaires. We are always going to have people that are earning pretty well in dollars, earning pretty well in pounds, pretty well in euros, and are the 1% of the 1%, and they want to live in a place that is exclusive, in a place that is green living, in a place that they have quality neighbors, and in a place where whatever that they invested in that property is going to preserve their wealth. So luxury living, you know, the kind of road in the estates, the kind of serenity atmosphere in the estate, the kind of houses people are building in the estates, you know, all these kind of things are also going to push these people to also buy these luxury houses. So in case you come across an advert and they tell you the house is 1.5 billion, 1.3 billion in Naira, 600 million, 700 million, these are the people that are targeting. These are the people that are going to buy it. And if you fall within this set of people, you yourself are going to buy it. So regardless of whether it makes sense or it doesn't make sense, is overpriced, is not overpriced, you are going to buy it. I can remember one video by Pastor Sam, and he was talking about when at the point in his life when he felt like a shoe of 30,000 naira is too expensive. And then when they started making money, he started buying shoe of 300,000, 400,000. So that's how life is basically. So some things will always seem overpriced because you have not made that money. When you made the money, you are definitely still going to buy it. All right. So so what do you think about these luxury houses? Like I said, this market will still continue to thrive. Actually, the supply to this market is still lower than the demand, which means that we have more people looking for luxury houses houses at this range, 350 million to 5 billion, than the available houses. So this market will thrive. So regardless of minimum wage in Nigeria, maybe you are looking at Nigeria minimum wage at 30,000, and they say the house is 5 billion, and you are saying, hey, 30,000, 5 billion. Trust me, there are people that are earning 2 billion, 1 billion per month. So this market will thrive. Lagos, Abuja, Port Harcourt, Ibadan too. Ibadan houses, there are luxury houses in Ibadan now, like 200 million, 250 million houses in Ibadan right now. Ibadan too. Port Harcourt, I mentioned Port Harcourt. Where again? Ogun State, yeah, there are some GRAs in Ogun State right now too. And some places in the east, around Anambra, Imo. Also, there are some places that houses are like pretty expensive. 300 million, 400 million for a house. So, and these are the things that people are looking at these properties. They want to preserve their wealth. They want green living. They want exclusive place that other people cannot afford. The class of neighbors that they are going to be staying with, and that the 1% of the 1%, and they want to enjoy some premium luxury living. All right. So, if you have questions, you have a different opinion, different things to share about our discussion about who are the people buying these luxury houses, our comment is always open. You can drop your comments. We will appreciate it even if you drop a comment, because we want to discuss about it. We want to hear your view. And some of the things that you are going to mention in the comments might be an angle that I did not even look at before. So I'll be open to that. I'll be open to hear from you, hear your perspective, and see what you think about these luxury houses. And if you are in the market looking for a luxury house, either it's on the mainland, Magodo, Omole, Ikeja, GRA, or it's on the island, Banana Island, Lekki, yes, we can assist. You can assist with that. You can look at your budget, your preferences, and find something that can suit that for you. All right. So I still remain your number one property on the planet, your property advisor, property consultant, Rabi Mustafa. Don't forget, if you enjoy this content, give us a thumb like. If you have been watching our videos, kindly subscribe. The subscribe icon is on the screen. Turn on the notification button also by clicking the bell, so that as we are dropping these videos, you get notified. You don't miss any of them, because we have so many interesting topics, so many interesting updates still coming, because a lot is really happening in our real estate market, and you want to be updated as fast as possible about these new trends and these new events.